These are some of the rehydration tests I'm doing for the eggs. I'll have a bigger video about it soon, but this is just the rehydration portion of the test. So I've got 3 different tests I'm doing. I'll get this first one going. So I have scrambled eggs. They're cooked scrambled eggs. I've got scrambled eggs. I have scrambled eggs with peppers, onions, and mushrooms. And then I have, and those are both cooked. And then I have raw eggs and milk for making scrambled eggs. And the peppers, onions, and mushrooms that are already sauteed to go with it. So it'll be like this one. Okay, so I'm going to do all 3 of these in short order. So this was 275 grams before it was freeze-dried. Now it's 67. I'm going to pour this in a container. And again, you could do this right in the Mylar bag, but then you can't see it. So I'm pouring it over slowly so it has a chance to get some of the top layer. And this is the amount that came out of it, but that might make it a bit wet for a while. Okay, so I'm going to cover that, and I'm going to put that on a pot holder so that it stays nice and hot. So the second one is the one that was cooked with the peppers, onions, and mushrooms already in it. So this was also 5 eggs. So don't know if I mentioned that. There's 5 eggs and 75 grams of milk. This was 5 eggs, 75 grams of milk, and then 100 grams of the peppers, onions, and mushroom mixed in. Got the boiling water for it. I'm going to do the same thing, kind of pour it slowly over the top to get that top layer. And I'll put a pot holder under it also to keep it insulated from the counter so it can have a chance to soak up everything. So get that covered. I'm gonna open this one back up, give it a quick stir. And when I cooked these, I didn't add any salt and pepper or anything because I wasn't sure exactly who would eat them and what they would want. Now, next, I have the raw eggs. This was 5 raw eggs with 75 grams of milk, and this was 100 grams of the vegetable mix that I want to put in with it. I need 260 grams of water for this portion of it, plus another 90 grams for this. So I need about 350 grams of water, and with this, I'm using cold water because I don't want to cook the eggs in the hot water. And I probably, so this is eggs and milk already mixed together. I'm not sure about just stirring it up or if I should use the mixer again, because that's worked very well. Well, so I'm going to just try stirring it up with the spoon. Oh, that seemed to work very well. All right, and I'm going to add the peppers, onions, and mushroom mix. Okay, I'm going to move this one over, get it ready for cooking. Okay, let's give these a check. They're still nice and toasty. That's good. Okay, still 130 degrees. Over 140 degrees still. Okay, I still see a little bit of liquid at the bottom. I'm going to try a piece of this. That's excellent. I definitely should do them. I have not done any scrambled eggs of my own and then rehydrated them before, even though I've got 4 years worth, because frankly I remembered scrambled eggs that are commercially available and I didn't care for them, so I just used raw eggs. This I would do. That's really good. Need salt and pepper, but that's not surprising because I didn't put any on. That's good. Okay, what about this? Whoops. Smooth. Let's check that. The eggs seem well rehydrated. Peppers and mushrooms seem good. Still need salt and pepper. So I think on future ones, maybe I'll add at least a little bit of salt and pepper, and then people can add more if they want it. But the eggs are good. Okay. All right, so I've only given it a few minutes. Let's check it out. Okay, that's looking good. So I've got the pan nice and warm. Put that in there. So I've got a little bit of butter in the bottom of there. I didn't put any bacon in there. I will add some salt and pepper though, as I cook it this time, or after I cook it. So I've got it at a pretty low temperature so I can cook it pretty slowly. Okay, so to me, one of the advantages of not cooking the eggs ahead of time is that then you can use them for all kinds of different dishes. Of course, the advantage of cooking them is then they're pre-cooked and you could even eat them dry if you needed to. So it depends on what your purpose of freeze drying is. Some people, it's because they are wanting to have it for an emergency. Some people just want it for a food security. We started ours out because I wanted a walk-in freezer for storage instead of having 3 or 4 freezers. And then I found out how much it cost to buy a walk-in freezer, and then more importantly, how much it costs to operate a walk-in freezer, and the fact that then you live in fear of your freezer unit going out and losing everything. And that's when I found out that a freeze dryer was a lot less expensive than a walk-in freezer. And once you have it freeze dried, you don't care about power going out because it's already shelf stable. So I can certainly see reasons to have it both ways. So for our home food storage, I would rather have ingredients that are freeze dried, like raw eggs ready to use, some raw meats ready to use. And at the same time, freeze dry some of our favorite dishes so that they're ready to use quickly. Like if we want lunch, you know, having some beef stew already made and bagged into 1 or 2 cup bags, that's ready to eat. Add some water and you're done. And for camping, it's really nice, or on trips, it's really nice to have some completely cooked meals so it doesn't take that amount of time. But for home, I have been real happy with having a lot of ingredients freeze-dried. You know, just bags of corn or beans or ground beef patties that are still raw, so I can use them as a hamburger patty, or I could chop them up or just crumble them up and use them in spaghetti sauce or pizza toppings or however you want to use them. Okay, again, I like my eggs fairly dry and well done. That looks good. I'm going to turn it off now. And I'm going to add a little salt and pepper, and then I'll plate these up along with the ones that we freeze-dried first, or along with the ones that we cooked. Okay, and then I'll put these on a plate with the ones that I cooked before I freeze-dried them. Okay, I'm gonna put a few on a plate and try them out. So these are the ones that were freeze-dried raw, and the vegetables were sauteed, and then rehydrated the raw eggs and added the vegetables and cooked them. These are the ones that I cooked before freeze drying and then rehydrated the freeze dried. Okay, there's definitely a difference, noticeable difference. But again, only let these rehydrate so far about 10 minutes, so longer time might be better. I like the color of these better. Okay, and then these are the ones that are just scrambled eggs, and then freeze-dried is already cooked. Okay, now need a little pepper on these, and this one has a little already. Okay, just a touch of salt and pepper. All right, so let's start with that one. It's scrambled eggs. I think they seem a bit on the dry side, which doesn't bother me at all. I like my eggs that way. Quite good. Okay. I definitely like this one better, the one that was freeze-dried raw, and then, but it's mostly a texture issue of difference. These just seem drier than those, but they're definitely good. I would definitely take these for camping or something where I don't want to spend the time to cook and to rehydrate, but I do like those better.